Hey everybody, this is Dre from Yokozo Otaku Gaming here today, doing a quick little review for a new game that I recently discovered called Eating Geriatric Internet Predator. And if you think the name's crazy, wait until you see the game. With a name like Eating Geriatric Internet Predator, a lot of different things come to mind. I really wasn't sure what to think when this game came across my table. We got a copy of the game provided to us by the man himself, Nick Box, who created this game. He used to be an independent Grindhouse movie maker, and he's recently turned into a developer of games. Nick Box has a Patreon that you can actually subscribe to get a lot of his other games, and after talking with him, it turns out that he has kind of mellowed his games out over the years, which is pretty interesting, actually. After talking to Nick Box, I recently found out he has a Patreon you can subscribe to. One of the benefits that you get is he actually releases all of his games, and some games that aren't even released yet on his Patreon. Being a part of his Patreon will get you a couple different benefits, one of which is that you can get access to his most recent games, and some games that he actually doesn't even release at all to the public. I found out that there was a point where he released a game on Steam and it was actually banned. That's kind of surprising to me because Steam really allows a lot of, let's say, some diverse content on their page. The premise of the game is really simple, actually. You play as a projectionist at a new Grindhouse theater, and you've received a new movie. The problem is that the movie's been cut into pieces and also intermixed with something much wilder. You'll be presented with a singular movie clip, which you'll watch for a little bit, and then you'll be given a choice of 3 different options that you can choose from. You will have no idea which ones to pick at the time, and so it's kind of just a guessing game. What makes it interesting, though, is that the films that are intermixed with it are absolutely crazy. And after I spoke with Nick Box, I actually found out that those pieces actually make its own kind of little film, or at least tells a narrative in some way. I like the game a lot from playing it. It's really interesting the first time because the name is so crazy, you really have no idea what to expect. You think that anything could possibly happen, and as you go through, you're always left kind of wondering, well, what's going to happen next? The other part that kind of makes it really interesting for me is just how crazy those other clips are. Some of them are just really short, totally insane scenes that are kind of gory. Other ones are almost like a weird, esoteric music video that's being played. I found them really, really enjoyable for how bizarre and strange they are. If you like weird and wild stuff, you'll definitely love this game. The game recently came out on Steam. You guys can go and check it out. It came out on January 28th, 2021, so it's pretty fresh off the presses right now. We did get the copy a little bit earlier, so I got to play it the Saturday before, and I waited till super late at night. We did it on Twitch. It was actually a really, really good time. What I did was I had the viewers that came in, I let them pick what kind of clips we would go through, and I quickly found out that it was actually a lot more challenging than I thought. When you mess up too many times, you actually have to go back multiple scenes, and so you're replaying through videos that you've seen before, and the whole system of it gets a little bit muddled up. So what I ended up doing was actually getting some note cards and physically writing which choices I was making and when. I will say one thing that worried me a lot about the game is the term Internet Predator being used in the main title. It made me worry that there was going to be some sort of really taboo content beyond just like kind of normal blood and gore. And I was very, very relieved when I finished playing it, and that was not in there at all. I don't want to talk about the story too much in the game because I feel like it's a short story, and to let anything be known kind of spoils the experience. However, I would say it kind of leans more towards the heavier side of PG-13, possibly. Some of the little snippet scenes that they show maybe would be a rated R-ish, but it's nothing really too wild. I think the overall experience was kind of interesting. It started off with a bunch of like wondering and excitement, and as I continued through, when I had to be thrust back to play scenes over, a lot of which are kind of unskippable, it kind of wore on me a little bit, but I still had a drive to get to that ending. I wanted to find out how it concluded. The other thing that was really nice was after I had beat it, I had got kind of not the best ending. They'll tell you, they make it very obvious. And I ended up going back and pushing through to get back and try to get the best ending, which I eventually did, And it was great. It was actually really, really worth it. I like the extra scene at the end. Overall, I would say that the game is probably a 3 out of 5 stars. It's really going to be heavily dependent on if the context of everything is in your sphere. It comes off as a little low budget. It comes off as a little rough around the edges. However, it kind of plays to the aesthetic of what Grindhouse is, and if you like that kind of content, like some of the older Rob Zombie movies and stuff, I think you might really enjoy playing a playthrough of this game. I definitely would at least check it out and see what you think just visually of it in the trailers. I know this was kind of a short video, but I do want to appreciate everybody for checking in. And remember to hit the like and subscribe button. Hit that little bell notification over on the side there too. But I do want to thank everybody for coming in today, and I hope you found something that was at least somewhat interesting. I definitely had a lot of fun with this game. It was very strange and very bizarre, and if you like that stuff, I'd suggest checking it out as well. While you're here, remember to hit subscribe if you like the content on the channel. We do release stuff weekly. Also, make sure you hit the bell to get notified of everything that we post on the page. With that, guys, I want to thank everybody for coming in. Have a good one. Yokozo out.